On August 26, 1953, two military officers were assigned to escort 25-year-old Harold St. John to retrieve his belongings from his car, which was scheduled to be repossessed. St. John was serving a 4-month sentence of hard labor in the brig at Indiana's Camp Otterbury for being AWOL from his duties. Among the belongings St. John retrieved was a suitcase containing a .32 caliber pistol. While being escorted back to the jail, he brandished the weapon, forcing the two officers to drive him to Indianapolis. He robbed them of their weapons, a .45 caliber pistol and a shotgun. He forced the officers out of the car, then drove the vehicle for a few miles, abandoning it. He then hitchhiked from Indianapolis to Columbus, Ohio. 8 hours later, he was hitching a ride. 53-year-old Joseph Harding, on his way home from a company party, picked St. John up. Around 8 o'clock in the evening, the two men pulled into a motel parking lot when Mr. Harding was heard crying out, "Call the police, this guy's got a gun." Before anyone could come to his aid, St. John shot Mr. Harding dead. After the murder, St. John got out of the car and disappeared. In the middle of the struggle over the gun, St. John had sustained 2 gunshots in the leg. 7 hours after the murder, a patrol officer spotted St. John limping along a highway and arrested him. He was treated for the gunshot wounds and taken to jail. At his October 1953 trial, St. John claimed a combination of accident and self-defense. In his account, Mr. Harding persisted in making sexual advances toward St. John. After several attempts to rebuff these advances, St. John pulled out one of the guns he had, hoping to deter Harding. Rather, Mr. Harding grabbed the gun, leading St. John to produce the second weapon from his waistband. In the struggle, St. John was shot twice in the leg, and Mr. Harding was killed. For its part, the state claimed it was a basic case of murder as a result of an attempted robbery. On Friday, October 9, 1953, after 5.5 hours of deliberation, a jury of men and women found St. John guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. Joseph Harding was the former mayor of Ohio's Cuyahoga Falls. At the time of his death, he was the assistant director of the Department of Industrial Relations for Cuyahoga. There were the usual cries that Mr. Harding wasn't gay, but I would suggest that it doesn't matter. He was targeted, and the excuse used for his murder was a version of the gay panic defense, a defense that would, in a few years, dominate criminal rationale for the murders of gay men across the United States. Please subscribe to the channel.